guys, my name is Stephanie Brown and you're watching Creative Guzzle. Wow, 2016 has not been starting off on a good foot so far. We've lost two major icons to the creative and nerd worlds. David Bowie and Alan Rickman were incredibly generous and talented artists, and they will be sorely missed by millions of people around the world, including myself. I cried when I found out that Alan Rickman had passed. By Grabthar's hammer, you shall be remembered. Tonight's drink is Fire and Blood, because what show has more deaths than any other show known to man? Thanks, George R.R. Martin, for making us not want to love any of your characters for fear of having our hearts crushed. Velar Morghulis. Oh yeah. Yes, grab a box of tissues for tonight's episode, because we're going to be covering a grim topic. Character deaths. You thought I was going to talk about real death, didn't you? So character deaths are an interesting facet of storytelling because they are a powerful emotional experience for both the characters within the story and your audience. Depending on who the character is, the death could be incredibly heartbreaking and tragic, or a symbol of victory. Or they could not affect the other characters at all. It really depends on your story. But character deaths must always serve a purpose within your story. Don't just kill a character because you want to shock your audience. The death must affect the course of the story. Perhaps it adds further motivation for your protagonist to achieve his goal. Perhaps it finally gives him some key information to help him succeed, like when Professor Snape's death gave Harry the answers that he was looking for. Maybe it sends a character into a state of depression that they need to fight their way out of, or not. Maybe it puts him one bad guy closer to facing off against the final boss. Whatever happens, your character's death must send your other characters down a very specific path. Or, in the case of one particular person, it could be just to fulfill a meme. But also make sure that when your character dies, you do it in a way that your audience will react with the emotion that you want them to react with. If you want them to cry, then go ahead and make the death scene sappy, but make sure you don't overdo it, otherwise you risk just making it cheesy. If you want to shock, like what George R.R. Martin is known for, then make the death sudden and unexpected, like suddenly getting hit by a car crash, or getting impaled by a spear after having safely piloted Serenity to the ground. It's still too soon, okay? Honestly, you don't even need to kill a character to make your audience cry. It could be something like they get grievously injured or have their heart broken, or it could be that they have to leave your character or can no longer see them ever again. Maybe because they got trapped in an alternate universe and can't get back, like what happened to Rose. True story, when I watched that Doctor Who episode, it was 3 a.m. during college finals, and that episode broke me. Something that's a little weird about me, I don't always cry when the character dies, but when the characters who witness the death has to tell someone else that the character is gone. For example, in Lost, when Boone died in season 1, I didn't really cry, but when Jack had to tell Sharon that her brother was dead, wept like a freaking infant. That's not to say I never cry when a character dies, because I do. It's just that sometimes it happens later when someone that cared about the character finds out that they're dead. Now, obviously George R.R. Martin is notorious for character deaths, but a couple other people that are really good at writing death scenes is J.K. Rowling, Joss Whedon, J.J. Abrams. Why do they all start with J? Anyways, just remember, the character who dies will still be affecting the characters who live, and their death will help shape the future of the story. So what are some of the best character deaths that you guys have seen? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, share it around with your friends. Also, you can check out more videos by clicking over here. And don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on future Creative Guzzle videos. Stay excellent to each other.